Welcome back to the channel, and today we are going to discuss all things Titano, Titano Forks, new projects, all sorts of stuff. So before I get started, I am not a financial advisor. Everything that I cover on my videos is strictly for fun, especially when it comes to these kinds of projects, because this is pretty risky. It could be high reward, but definitely high risk. So yeah, let's get into it. So during the last few weeks, alts have been just getting crushed with this BTC downtrend. But what's been really interesting is to see how the Titano-based projects, whether it's Titano, Poseidon, Palace, whatever, well, as long as it's not Ouranus, right? Because Ouranus was a Titano fork that recently rug pulled just this week. But the ones that weren't rug pulls have done fairly well. They've been able to definitely do better than BTC and the alts, and they're doing okay. So I wanted to just kind of go over a couple things. So first of all, with Titano, they added a lot of cool features to their website. It just looks a lot cleaner. It gives you a lot more information as far as what your tokens are worth and what they're going to be worth. They finally have this the play project going on, which is, I looked at it, and it basically, if you connect your wallet, you'll see that the next time that there's a winner, it was like, last time I checked, 3 winners, they each get like 34 grand, but this is out of, thousands of holders, right? So yeah, pretty unlikely you're going to win there from a mathematical perspective, but if you do, it's going to be a huge win. So yeah, pretty cool to see that. I think that's gotten a lot of people excited. And what I thought was really cool was this right here, this little swap feature where they added an aggregator. So you no longer have to go to PancakeSwap. And I'm guessing that they did this because PancakeSwap, I mean, if you're selling your Titano, you're looking at like 22% fee for that was, and that's at the minimum. I heard some people say 24%, whereas the 18% fee was what Titano actually keeps. So Pancake was adding a fee to that. So I'm guessing that's why they did this, to try to keep down the additional fees. I don't know that for sure, but that's just my guess. So yeah, really cool to see Titano do a lot of really cool things. They have a lot of other goals, and it's pretty impressive to see what they've done, and they've started this whole new thing, right? So looking at another one of the Titano Fork projects, Poseidon, it's been able to hold up okay. When I first found out about it about a week or 8 days ago, it was at, I think it was at a little bit under 5 cents. So it has lost about, I think it was like at 4.8. So it's lost about almost 15% of its value since I've heard about it, but it's been able to hold up okay. And this is a project that is, I guess, still pretty young. I think only a couple weeks old, but not as evolved as like a Palace that's, I think, I think 3 weeks old, or maybe almost a month now. So Palace, for example, has 1,774 followers, and Poseidon, I think last time I checked, had about 700. Let's see, 840. So yeah, so it's starting to grow, and I think that this Poseidon has a lot of potential. I think in crypto, it's easy for us to get in a bubble and just assume that everyone knows what we know. But if you really think about it, because I thought, well, I got into Titano 5 weeks after it launched, so I felt like I lost out on the party a little bit. But thinking about it, that's still pretty new. There's still so many people that have not heard about these types of projects, or have not wanted to really mess with them, or don't trust them. And it doesn't help, right, that Ouranus had that rug pull last week. It makes people a lot more careful with these projects, as they should be, because these could all go to zero. These could all rug pull. You never know. It's just such a new space. It's exciting. It's fun. So you definitely should invest something that you can't lose, or maybe, invest some of your profits from some trades. But just don't go crazy with this, because we don't know where this is going. It's a very, very early in its and for the space, as far as how much it's evolved and grown, and we just don't know where it can be. I mean, it could grow and be huge in 6 months. We just don't know. But it will be really interesting to see, with more and more projects coming out, like the one that I'm going to cover in a little bit. It's going to be really interesting to see which of these projects flourish and which don't, or maybe none of them will. It'll be really interesting to see how this pans out. But yeah, I wanted to cover a new project. It's called Ouranus. I'm not thrilled about the name, but you guys have asked me via Twitter, via DMs, via email, Hey, let us know when you find a new Titano Fork that we can get in at the start. And this does give the opportunity to get in at the start. This Titano Fork is basically the same thing as Titano. It's not like they laid out all these ways that they're going to solve this issue of Titano or this red flag from the Titano white paper. It's nothing like that. I mean, their white paper is basically 99% of the Titano white paper, and not a whole lot of difference. Now, the biggest difference is that their fixed APY is 153% and change versus 102% of Titano. So that's a big difference right there. But everything else is pretty much the same. Not a whole lot of changes. But this project is gonna launch pretty soon. I think it's gonna launch on the 25th. But their website is still, I think they're almost done with the website. They don't have a lot of followers on Twitter. I mean, this is early on, which could be really good, but it also makes it really, really risky. So you got to outweigh that. I mean, they have 350 followers. So yeah, it's still really, really early on. Like I said, the launch is on the 25th, and there's not a big difference between getting whitelisted or doing the launch. As far as the price of the token, if I remember correctly, it's only like 20%, but it's so inexpensive where, I mean, if this thing takes off, if you get in from the start, the day of the launch, you will be very profitable. But, we'll see what happens. Because again, I have no idea how this is all going to play out, but Ouranus does give the opportunity to get in on one of these Titano forks from the very start if you get in on the launch on the 25th. So I did talk to one of their guys on Discord, and I just had a bunch of questions, and he answered most of them. Some of them he didn't answer, but I wanted to at least cover some of the answers that he had. So I asked him about the team. He stated that they have 2 developers, 1 IT specialist that's not a developer, 2 people in marketing, and additional people handling all sorts of back office stuff. I asked him if the liquidity is going to be locked. He said yes. LP will be locked. Asked them about how big of a difference the price was between those who whitelist and those in the launch. They said not a very big difference, because a big thing that they want to do that they did cover in their white paper is that they wanted the launch to be as fair as possible. I guess they felt that maybe some of the other Titano Fork projects, or maybe even Titano itself, he didn't really elaborate, that they weren't as fair to the community. So they wanted a very, very, fair launch. So they made it so that the white paper, the whitelist investors don't get too good of a deal versus those that get in on the launch the day of, which I think is fine. Let's see, what else did he say? Unfortunately, lots of the answers that I wanted, he didn't really give me like a detailed answer. He just stated, look at the white paper, or it's coming out, things like that. But I remember with Palace and with Poseidon, I saw a lot of that as well. I mean, when Palace first came out, I did a video saying I think it's going to rug pull. They didn't have their risk-free value address on the white paper. They didn't have their treasury address on the white paper. And they don't either. Ouranus doesn't either. But now that I've seen that Palace seems to be here to stay, they seem to be doing a lot as far as with the community and with trying to add to the project. I guess I was wrong that Palace is a rug pull. We'll see. But as of right now, they're definitely proving me wrong. And look, guys, I'm not an expert on these forks at all. I do talk to people that I would consider experts, and they've taught me a lot. And they seem to be pretty comfortable with Ouranus, just based on Palace and Poseidon. But if Ouranus came out before them, they would probably be calling rug pull as well, based on the lack of information, lack of details. I mean, their website just got done today. They're still not listed on CoinMarketCap. So there's just a lot of things that could make someone apprehensive. But I think that's just the way it's going to go with these new projects so early on, with the Titano Fork play. So I think that this is a fine situation to try to get in early and profit from it. I think that's what the play is here with Ouranus, getting in as quickly as possible. So like I said, it's going to be the launch is on the 25th. And it looks like they have a lot of work to do until then, because like I said, their website was just finished today. I'll list the website and the Discord and Twitter all on the video description, so you guys can check it out for yourselves. And yeah, I'm just really curious to hear if you guys think that this is going to be a good play, or if we're just going to start seeing all these different Titano Forks come out, and you're going to have this market that's just way too busy with way too many projects going on. But I don't know. I mean, it's so early on with all these Titano Forks that it's really hard to know what's going to happen. So let me know if this helps. And you guys asked for a Titano Fork that's very young, and here you go. Here you have one. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.